I think if you guys closed as a company, I would probably have to leave my job because I couldn't do it anymore. So my name is Nina and I'm Regional Operations Manager for the Climbing Academy. I manage 3 centres in the south, but we've got 5 centres total. There's 2 up in Glasgow as well. Here at the Mothership in Bristol, this is a bouldering centre over 2 floors. It's got a gym. The climbing industry is growing very, very rapidly, and something that's amazing about it and making it grow so rapidly is the community that it brings. And so our vision is building communities through climbing. As we've grown so rapidly in a short period of time, the systems we had weren't really keeping up with what we needed. When you start looking at different contract types and specifications and different teams and people that could work over multiple sites, it got really complex quite quickly. I was spending a lot of time on rota scheduling, and I was looking at many different spreadsheets just to then have to manually put things onto the rota, and the amount of time I was wasting was huge, and I have a lot of other responsibilities to have. So time saving was really key for me, and the usability of Workforce enabled that. I was able to do things a lot faster. If there's any errors within the rota, it flags up to you immediately if people are clashing at different centres. So there's a lot of visual aids within the rota that you can see very quickly where people are, who they are, what they're doing, what roles. And so from a usability, that's the most important for me and my team. Being able to set up all the customizable earnings rules and being able to pay different people at different rates at different times, depending on different centres, is incredible. No other software I could find could do that because it's just a very complex way of paying people. And it was very easy to set up and to be able to check your work as well, rather than just wait until payroll and hope everything works out. The record checking, that has saved time. The rota development, that saved time. The payroll has saved time. Like, there's time saved in everybody's roles, in the directors, in the conversations we have about issues. That doesn't need to happen anymore. The conversations with the accountant about all the issues with payroll, that doesn't happen anymore. Often as well, it was quite easy to kind of push the rota checks until the end of the month when we pay people, but then you've got a whole month to sift through. By doing the timesheets day by day, it allows you to, with confidence, go, I've done this day, I can move on, everything is fine for this day, it has been confirmed and checked. So when you get to payroll, it's a case of pushing a button to export. You've already done all the double checking ad hoc throughout the month, whereas before payroll was a very cumbersome process for 1 or 2 people because it's very finite and you definitely don't want to pay people incorrectly. Whereas now, because all of that's done seamlessly through the software, you can get to the point where I still process payroll at the end, but I can say with confidence that, you know, there's going to be very little errors on there and people are getting paid for the work they're doing, and that's really important. The support team were great. They would check in once a week and just say, how are you doing? Do you need any support? And when I got confused over how I set up Holiday, why I wasn't working correctly, they were like, okay, well, let's go through that process and do it together. And that was really useful. So I could play with it independently, which is really important to me, without somebody micromanaging. But when I needed help, there was somebody there to be able to support. The beautiful thing about Workforce is you can use a computer or a phone. Some of them only allow phones or only allow computers, which functionally doesn't work. So having a phone or a computer option is really valuable. It's the complete ability to customize a piece of software dependent on your personal needs is absolutely why you would go for it. You've got your rota, you've got your HR, you've got your qualifications, you've got everything you need in one place, and it's functionally very easy to use. It's visually very aesthetically pleasing, and it doesn't feel like a burden when you have to do the HR aspects of your job. And so that's why I would recommend it to someone.